The esteemed faculty, uh, management here at the institute, my colleagues from the industry, Dean sir, and the most important, the way I'm seeing sitting you all, you're the future leaders for the business. While I was sitting and watching, and then I was listening what profile-wise read about me, two things just crossed my mind. Number one, okay, it sounds pretty interesting the way the profile is read. But 20, 25 years back, I was a pretty shy, timid, middle-class boy from a tier 2 city where my parents actually felt he's a hopeless candidate. What will he do? I joined MBA. I was sitting like this exactly in an orientation class. Luckily, I ended up meeting certain people who later were my mentors. Taking cue from there, exactly sitting here. Actually, I didn't hear what Dean said or what anyone said. I did little maths in my mind. I'll just repeat that maths, and maybe if someone has strong mental maths, you follow that in your mind also. That we have 24 hours in a day, right? Let's be realistic. However rigor the curriculum may have, 12 hours will go in sleeping, your basic daily chores, eating, commuting. You'll have fit 12 hours. Over the weekends, you'll need additional 6 hours, maybe to pursue your interest or to just sort out your life. In a year, you'll again take 20, 30 days of leave. It can be family commitments, can be vacation. How many actual hours are left? Anyone who's done a quick math? 3,800 hours, right? For some people may say 3,800 hours, that's a lot of time have in a year. Some may say just 3,800 hours, but that's a mindset. But the fact is you have 3,800 hours. Now, what you do in this 3,800 hours is up to you. But the way I see it is, if you have chosen an MBA program, you want to transform. MBA is not a technical program like a engineering diploma where you are expected to have particular skill set and do it efficiently in the industry. Go to 100 diploma candidates, their output is almost similar. MBA is not like that. Actually, I ask a MBA professional, what are you good at? Generally, the answer is, I'm a range player. A range player means I'm good at almost everything. Some call it jack of all, etc. But the point is, in this transformation program, you will change your attitude. You will change the way you think. You will change the way you look at business, acumen. In fact, you'll start doing business plan in your mind whenever you look even a small restaurant, saying what will be his ROI, and it'll just change. Whether you change or not depends on how you use your 3,800 hours. In fact, I normally give this analogy of a lump of clay, that you all are clay, quality clay, not so quality clay, depends on you. But end of 1 year or 2 year, what sculpture you become, that depends on how you spend these hours at your institute. Some of us, when we meet us in reunion of our MBA, we do talk about how we wasted our time, how drifted we were. And there were certain learnings which we had, which we even discussed today. I listed out certain 7, 8 of them, but Jayanta sir already covered in such a way that he has incorporated them in the curriculum itself. So I'll not touch upon them. But few things I would like to touch upon. Number one is networking. Someone spoke of networking, but guys, networking is very powerful. It'll change. It'll change you. It'll change not just in the first 2, 3 years, the next 20, 30 years also. The network I had built during my PG or an MBA program, post that, multiple jobs, helped me even today. In fact, they say, right, network is net worth. And networking is not just collecting business cards or having many connections on LinkedIn. It is meaningful connections, relationships you can develop over a period of time, collecting it like a net worth. Like how your wealth grows over a period of time, your network should grow over a period of time. Once you start working or you're in the business, generally you'll always have the fear of failing. You'll have saying, look, I am working, say in Infosys. There are certain guidelines in which I can behave. I can't sidestep certain policies. There will be constraints and restraints to try and experiment. I guess this is a great time. Next 2 years, not just in networking, there are a lot of things which generally is expected out of in the workplace. Try it well. Build your network within the group to start with your seniors, with your juniors, faculty, sidestep, get into industry. When you go for your management fests, you'll meet other colleges. Keep building, keep building. In fact, I'll say, buy a small notebook today. I know it is digital world, but touch and feel is different. Buy a small notebook today. Any meaningful connection you feel you are making, note it down. Let's say at the end of 2 years, do you fill the book? Do you need a second diary, or you're still in the first page? Consciously try that. That'll be good. Second point wanted to highlight was on mentors. Now I think mentorship is almost getting institutionalized through mentorship programs. That's good, but the way I see mentors, it's a very one-on-one personal connection. A mentor will not exactly tell you what to do. Here you have faculty for that, you have curriculum for that. They'll guide you. Mentor is someone who will give you a direction. He'll tell you this is the positive, this is the negative. Generally, given your personality, the way I have seen you, I've observed you, this is the direction you should be taking in, and that will significantly help. I'll give you an example in my case. I had 3 job offers at the end of my MBA program. KPMG, consulting, very fancy. Then I had ING Bank, again, Netherlands bank, had just taken over Vaishya Bank those days, and they were paying very well and some fancy designations. Then I had a third offer from a company called Infrastructure Development Corporation, Karnataka Limited. No one had heard of the name. They offered me to become a management trainee, and their pay was 40% lower than the other 2. It was an obvious choice on my limited knowledge that I should pick up either KPMG or ING, but I spoke to a couple of the connections I had built as a mentor. They saw things from 10,000 feet above. They just gave certain pointers. Luckily, I picked it up, and that was game changer. Got introduced to transactions, private equities. I later moved into mergers and acquisitions. I've done real interesting deals, acquisition of airlines, acquisition of mines. But I guess that first advice of picking up my skill set, not looking at the CTC, not looking at a fancy name, I credit to my mentor, and I still, whenever I meet him, I talk to him, sir, that day because you told, this is where I stand, it was a game changer. So focus, try to build some connection with mentors and take guidance. Another point I would like to highlight, which many of my colleagues during the MBA didn't focus on, and it was pointed out, was think beyond textbooks. I know you all are fresh BComs, maybe BSc, BBM, maybe engineering, where textbook is the world, right? Finishing a syllabus, revision, writing an exam, getting marks, highest, compare marks, drop that. It's tough to unlearn. It's a mind shift change. It'll take some time for you to unlearn, but consciously drop that out. Of course, reading is important. You'll have to read what is provided to you, but think beyond that. Read books authored by some interesting author. It can be on management, can be on marketing, finance, economics, pick that up. Read newspapers, financial dailies without fail. Write articles on your own. Whether it gets published or not is secondary. At least start writing. Only when you write that you'll start able to think and express your things. So there are multiple things that can be done beyond textbook. During my MBA, didn't spend more than 20-25% of my time on the textbooks. I still scored a good grade. I was some 9 points, some CGPA. But that helped. I feel that helped for me, and for some of my colleagues that didn't help, who knew the technicalities of it very well, but forgot to change their attitude, their mindset, their body language, the soft skills that essentially expected out of an MBA. Another pointer would like to mention, which is very powerful, I still follow it today, and many of us follow it, is introspection. Periodic introspection. What we do at work, at least I do at work, is at the end of every month, maybe at the end of every 2 months, I see how have I changed in the last 1 month. Is there any difference? there's no difference, fine. But third month, if I say there's no difference, means something is missing. I should grow. Change is not like my bank balance has increased or did I buy a new house. It's, did I grow? Did I grow as an individual? Did I grow as a professional? Did I grow my connection? It has to be a meaningful growth. Did I grow stronger? That's something which you all can do during your program. You all have come in at a stage, I would say relatively raw. 2 years down the line, as I said, at least are expected to transform. So somewhere in between, every month there will be changes. You'll not transform in overnight. SS. Talk to people who knew you during your graduation day and say, do you see any change in me in the way I think? Do you see any change in the way my body language is, the way I talk, my approach, my attitude? Has my acumen improved? It's not about I learned about IRR or I learned about a specific technology under AI. Not the skill set, but as a person, are you growing? Please introspect regularly, at least once in 3 months if you can. Maintain a diary if you want to, so that you know how your progress is. Maybe if you have mentors, they'll help you. They may give feedback. They see some change or not. Focus on it. Another point, which is most important point, I think no one spoke about it because people feel it is either given or required later in life. Any guess, very essential to inculcate it as part of your daily life. I'll be very happy if someone can come out. Health. Guys, today you all are young. Health is just not going to gym. I mean, when I say health, it is your lifestyle changes towards well-being. Physical well-being, mental well-being, very important. Again, my example, first month of MBA, I was under 80 kilos. Graduation day, I was 110 plus. 30 kgs addition in 2 years. I didn't know how I got consumed in the curriculum, in my SIPs, in case studies, and learning. First job, we used to have something called as health checkup before you join a job. These days, it's I don't know if it happens or not. There were red flags in my health report, and that's when I said, okay, what did I achieve? Finally, I grew. Literally, I also grew, right? So I changed. I got into running. I got into communities that supported and made it a part of lifestyle. Whether that day you have an exam, you have a case study to present, you have a job interview, health and fitness cannot be ignored. It's like, because you have an exam, will you not brush your teeth or have your breakfast? You will, because it's part of your life. So please incorporate fitness right from now as part of your lifestyle. It will help. It will make you more productive. It will make you think better. It will make you enjoy this 3,800 hours much, much, much better. So guys, focus on health, very essential, even mental health, mindfulness. So that's broad things which I wanted to share. In fact, there are many. Maybe some other day we'll organize a talk on the tools, etc., what can be done. But I'll summarize. Think of this program as a transformation program of your personality. Focus on health. Focus on building network. Focus on an approach which is beyond textbooks and grades. Focus on health. Congratulations that you have come so far. Best of luck for the next 2 years. Thank you.